Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Novel Nana. I'm Bex. Here on this channel, we talk about all things writerly related. So if that interests you, then consider subscribing. Stick around. Today's video is going to be part 4 of our topic of goals in our boot camp series. You know, boot camp with Bex, getting back to the basics, those foundational building blocks of story. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so as you know, in our first video in this series, we talked about goals. What are they? And we also talked about why we needed them. In the second video episode in this series, we talked about the purposes and differences in types of goals. We also in the third video, we talked about why goals can often fail or our story can fail because of relating something back to the goal. So today's topic is going to be all about different types of goals for your stories that you can implement depending on what kind of story you're writing. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I do want you to remember, number one, goals are but one ingredient to a story. They are the basis of a plot, and it is what holds your story together. The pursuit of that goal and the goal itself can either make or break your story and your plot. It can also enable or hinder your character and the plot from moving forward or advancing. And your goals, always remember that goals are a foundation to the building blocks of story or a good story. Whew, that was a mouthful, guys, and I was trying really hard to not side eye and read over here, but I had to write it down because y'all know me. I forget things, and also you know that I talk all the time. So, anywho, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, as you can see, of course, I have my whiteboard right behind me, and I still have my doodle up here of my story pie. But anyway, that's not what we're focusing on today. Today we are talking about the different story related goals that you can pick for your story. And for your characters. Okay, so considering the tone, the mood, the theme, and the genre before you construct a goal for your character, this can help you choose that goal and make it fit your story. Now, obviously, these are not the end-all be-all list of goals. These are just some examples that I'm hoping that if you look back at all the stories that you have read, you will see that most will fall under one of these categories. I'm sure there's a lot more categories out there, but these are just some examples that I'm going to provide you with today, and I'm just going to chuck down the list one at a time and give you some examples. So here we go. One type of story goal is an information goal. I'm going to move you just a little bit closer. Okay, so one type of story is an information goal. And this is one where your character must obtain or acquire some much needed information. So if that sounds like something that would fit into your story, feel free to use it. Okay, the next one to consider is skill, a skill goal. So this would be where your character lacks but needs a certain skill. Okay, and the number 3 on here I have is escape, a goal of escape. Now, this could be where your MC needs to get free of or from a certain something or somewhere or someone. So consider that. Also, a different type of story goal that you could use is an achievement-based goal. Now, these are where your MC needs to achieve a specific something in the story. So that's one that you can use. Also, the next one on the list is location. Location. Okay, this is where your character needs to be somewhere or to get somewhere. Somewhere specific for a specific reason or a specific time, but usually it's a specific location. So try that one out for a size. Okay, next one on here is fight. So a story related goal considering fight, okay? Now, this could be to defeat a foe or a problem or an idea for your character in order for them to solve a specific issue. So you could use a story related goal like fight. Okay, the next one on the list is obtain. So this has been used in lots of different stories, but usually it's more in the fantasy or sci-fi genre. Not always, but sometimes. Okay, so this is where you need to obtain an object either for yourself or for others on behalf of someone else or at the request of someone else. Okay, the next one on the list is cure. Cure. Cure or overcome something. Now, this can be internal or it could be external or both. It could also be something physical or emotional or situational. Okay, the next on the list is recognition or approval. So this could be a type of story goal that you can use for your character. This is where your character needs recognition or approval of some sort from someone or something. So that's one that you could easily use in lots of different genres. Okay, the next on the list here is find. Find. Okay, this is where your character has to find whatever is missing or lacking in their life. This could be something as simple as like inner strength. This could be love. It could be friendship. It could be money or knowledge. It could be worth or wisdom. It could be faith or purpose or their parentage or, another family member. Anything that they could find. It could be an object. Okay, the next one on the list is conquer. A story related goal that you can use is the goal to conquer. Now, this could be in a form of conquering a civilization or maybe conquering a fear. It could be used to conquer, I don't know, homelessness or anger or an establishment or some sort of system that is in place that isn't working for them. The last on my list is the story related goal that you can use possibly for your story is learn. Now, learn, this could be learning how to work with others or teamwork. It could be learning to have self control or self discipline or maybe just belief in oneself. It could be learning how to use a magical power or a magical object. It could be learning your history or a civilization's history or your character's historical background. It could be possibly just to learn a lesson of some sort, moral or otherwise. It could be to learn a certain strategy for battle or overcoming, I don't know, maybe their poor math skills or something. It could be something as easy as learning how to forgive, or maybe learning a different culture, or how things relate to a culture. It could be learning a new language. It could be learning a new way of life. It could be learning how to walk again. It could literally be anything that you want it to be for your character. So these are just a few examples of goal in story relation. So anywho, guys, that's all I have for you today. I sure hope that you liked this video and found some sort of value in it. And if you did, please be sure to hit that like button. It always helps the algorithm and it helps my channel. Also, guys, if you have a comment or a question on one of these story related goals, or maybe you have one that I didn't think of, or maybe there's a specific one that stood out to you, or maybe you're going to use it in your next story, or maybe you're using it in your current work in progress, leave me a comment down below and let me know. I sure would appreciate it, and I promise I will respond as soon as possible. Guys, thank you again for watching and sticking with me. Stay tuned for next week's video, in which we will be discussing, let's see, what's the next one on the list here? I believe it's the acronyms, guys. The acronyms and checklist. These are going to be specific ways, little devices that you can use to help you when learning about goals or pertaining to goals. These acronyms are a way for you to remember the things that we've discussed in this series so far. Also, guys, if you want to get a hold of me, always just remember that I upload videos every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and sometimes I do videos on Thursdays, but if you really want to know, just ding that bell. You guys can follow me over on Instagram, and I'm also on Twitter. Twitter, it's novel_Nana. And on Instagram, it's just Bex the Novel Nana. Anyway, I thank you again for joining me today. And if you did get any value out of this video, please be sure to let me know and consider subscribing. Thanks again for your time. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, happy writing. Bye, guys.